I'm in no way implying that this is the entire strategy, the strategy, or a strategy at all. I'm just letting you know this is something to consider. The more that the markets crash, the lower that they go, the more powerful of a potential manufactured rebound you can have. As chaotic and incompetent as Trump and Elon Musk have been, I don't think that they would use this as a primary strategy, but it might be something that they're taking into consideration in the context of a broader strategy. So again, you keep doing these things, the market keeps going lower and lower and lower. Then at the right moment, you just say, okay, no more tariffs. We reached a deal. And you know how easy it is to manipulate Americans. So you can easily manufacture that this was successful and you did all this and it's a win and it's you're a master negotiator. I mean, just point to anything you want to, anything at all. Foreign leaders make announcements that may not really amount to much of anything, but you can say, well, hey, the Canada leader said blah blah blah, and this is a result of my tactics, right? And then but no more tariffs. You go into press conference and like, are you considering any more tariffs? No, not at this time. Things are good. We've got what we needed, and now we're moving on. Blah blah blah. And then you hyper focus on how the market is surging. If you brought it down low enough, you could break records in the recovery, not in terms of highs, but in terms of gains in a day, right? So the Dow could jump up a record amount of points in a period of time, maybe within an hour, within a day, whatever it is, and you can point to that and say this is the golden era and this is the Trump economy, blah blah blah. And then if you don't really do any craziness like this for a while, things will naturally start to balance out, at least to the point where it's not chaotic. And then what you do is you can just highlight any positive days, anything positive at all, and then ignore the bad days. And without anything majorly negative happening with the economy or the stock market, you can make it look like it was a total win. A lot of people were impatient, and liberal media was saying that this is no good, and he's whatever. But you know what? Look at the economy. The market boomed back with a surge. Here's something else to consider. As an investor myself, I know Elon Musk, I know Trump, but I do invest. I love crashes are actually a primary investment strategy of myself because I'm just usually too busy to be tracking stocks and planning things out and watching my portfolio. So all I do is I accumulate cash when I can and I wait around for a big crash. Like I made a lot of money real quick during that major crash during COVID. I anticipated it was coming. I guess early 20 or something like that. At some point in time, I realized that something big was coming and I liquidated a lot of my positions. I closed out a lot of my stocks and it's been a while, whatever. But basically, I pulled out of the market in a big way in anticipation of a massive crash. And then once the crash started happening, I kept watching it like a hawk, trying to predict where the bottom was. And then when I thought it was at the bottom, I jumped back in. I was close, but no cigar. It actually continued to drop a little bit more, and that made me nervous. I'm like, oh, man, did I make a mistake? But then it started recovering. So I was really close to the bottom in my prediction, and I made a lot of money really quick. I mean, nothing compared to like what Trump and his allies would be making, but still, considering what I could do, multiply that by 1,000, what Trump and his allies could do with crashes. Stuff to think about.